Hey everyone! So today, I just want to chat with you about 5 ways that I have found that I can make our home a soft place for my husband to land after he's been at work all day. I know that he gets up faithfully every morning to provide for our family, and he leaves home, and he'd really rather be at home with us, but he leaves home to provide for our family. And so when he comes home after a long day of work, I just want to show him that we love him, we appreciate him, and we missed him during the day. And I know that if I put the time and effort into loving him in that special way, that I will reap what I sow and that he'll be able to give more back to me. So we don't undertake this type of thing to be selfish, but it does come back to reward us if we approach it with the right heart and give ourselves that way to our husband. He'll be able to give to us. So the first thing is just to do a 1 minute tidy of your house. Super easy, super quick. Our family actually does our chore time in the afternoon. We used to do it in the morning, but I actually really prefer the afternoon now that my kids have gotten older, because that way the house is fairly clean when my husband gets home. And we still sometimes have to do a 1 minute tidy before he comes home, because sometimes toys come out or whatever between chore time and his arrival home. So if I don't have time to make sure, if the house is just terrible and we didn't get to chore time that day, which it sometimes can be that way if we've been out running around or whatever, but I can at least make the place where he walks into our house clean. So he walks into the laundry / mudroom area, and I can at least make sure that coats are hung up and gloves are put away and that any clutter is gone. So at least where he walks into the house is neat and tidy and clean. The other thing is he always goes to the bathroom and washes his hands. That's in the same room. I want to make sure the bathroom's clean. I'm sorry, but I hate a dirty bathroom. So even if your husband is the type like mine that he doesn't really notice if the house is clean or dirty, and he doesn't necessarily say something if he notices it's clean, go ahead and make that extra effort, because whether he tells you that he notices or not, he does notice in some way that you've put effort into the house that day versus coming home and the house is just a dump. Okay, number 2 is to just take a quick second and freshen up, as they say in like the old movies. Just go to the bathroom and run a brush through your hair, do something with your hair. Maybe you need to freshen up your makeup. I don't know, I'm not a huge makeup person, but maybe take a few minutes to just freshen up. If you have a little infant and you're nursing and you have spit up on one shoulder and poop on the other, take some time and change. You're going to feel better about yourself, and it's going to be a lot easier to greet your husband with a lot of confidence. So freshen up. That's for you, mama. Okay, quiet things down in the house. So if you have little kids like I do, you may need to tell them to not be super loud when dad gets home. Now, that is not the time to be running around and pretending it's like Indians and cowboys, okay? That's not the time to do that. The other thing is you need to shut off like the dryer, the dishwasher, the washing machine. Where my husband walks in, like I said, is the laundry. I don't do laundry in the afternoon because I don't want him to walk in and hear all these machines going. I want it to be a peaceful atmosphere. We don't have TV going. We don't have music going. If we had music going, it would be playing softly in the background, like a relaxing type of music. So make the house quiet. 4th thing, make the kids lovable. And this sounds kind of strange, but I find that I am a better mom when my kids' faces are clean. If I need to take a washcloth and just wipe everyone's face, wipe the ketchup off their face from lunchtime, my little girl, her hair will end up in her face by the end of the day if I can pull her hair out of her face. Make sure they have some clean clothes. And so make them lovable, make them presentable to your husband. And I know that sounds silly, but if you think about it, I love a clean little baby, right? A clean little kid. And not just cleanliness, but also how they're supposed to greet their dad at the end of the day. So I love that my kids are so excited to see their dad at the end of the day. I want them to be excited. I want them to rush to the door, but I don't want them to be jumping all over him or begging him to do something at that very minute. That's not the time to ask. Okay, so make your kids lovable. 5th thing is to anticipate his wants and needs. So understand that your husband has been out working, and I realize, Mama, that you sometimes have hard days too, or sometimes it seems like we have more hard days than good days. But understand that if you put that effort into that time, that you are going to reap something back from it. So, does he want supper ready when he comes home? I always try to have supper ready for my husband. He likes to have supper as soon as he comes home so that we have our evening together. And he hasn't told me, like, I want supper, but I know that that's what he wants. I anticipate that that's what he wants, and so I try to meet that need. So I try to have supper ready. Maybe your husband doesn't want that. Maybe he wants it later in the evening. If so, maybe you need to give him a snack or something. If your husband has a stressful job, a stressful commute home, then you probably need to give him some time to unwind. My husband has a really relaxing commute, so he's trained himself to unwind from work on his commute. But if your husband's driving in like heavy traffic or in inner city driving or something on the way home, then you probably need to plan on giving him a little bit of time to just decompress from work. And he's going to be able to give you a lot more in the evening if he has a little bit of time to just catch his breath after a long day at work. So also prepare to greet him. If you can put yourself in his shoes and think about if you've been gone all day and you are just waiting to get home, and you walk in the door and no one is there, and it's like they don't even realize that you are home. I don't know, that's kind of a depressing thought to me. So I want my husband to know that we are excited. He is home. Like, the evening has started, Daddy is home. So prepare to drop everything to go and meet him at the door. And I know that's not always possible, like if we're in the middle of supper preparation, but a lot of times we can just put it down for a while and go and greet our husband and at least give him a little kiss on the cheek and then just say, oh, I need to just go finish up supper. But to go and greet him, and don't greet him with your troubles. That is not the time to share your troubles, but just greet him with joy. And I just know if you just try these 5 things, to just do the quick tidy, freshening up, making your kids lovable, quieting your house down, and anticipating his needs, you're going to be richly rewarded. So I just want to challenge you, especially since it's February and we think of February as, the month of Valentine's Day and celebrating love or whatever. I just want to challenge you. Why don't you see how well you can love your husband and see what happens? All right. Blessings and peace.